5 p.m. Hey, I know the temperatures are okay. The mushers, the conditions we've had, that big, the mushers, the conditions we've had, that big stretch of cases have started, the Cusco 300, the Bogus, and
umun kwani kan ruyaw jim iralo nun na hiluku bishot COVID taklu kwani kwaya kanishani ukut hey muhtil rate K300 tak malik luku bidu kan ruyaw jim iralo nun
I am telling you, it's amazing. It's the third year in a row. $1,000, and first place will win $15,000. And I was telling KYK, when I finished second, I made $1,500. Everybody racing to.
Aya kinikata una kani Juksi kata bid number 1 na atuk Mike Williams Jr. at Karmiunguk 2025 Bogus Creek kami Juksi Spook unam sukali aya kinikata kuni K300 tas hatmi pingayo ni tweet Spook season opener kami sa holiday classic kami sa Juksi ni Jali tweet kuluni. Una Mike Williams Jr. Stamach ko ni Bogus Creek 150 ko. Jali ko na anak ko. June Roloni Tiki 2006 Sami.
Okay, and that from the William Kennel out of Akiak would be going out. Winningest musher in Bogus Creek Louis Havilah. Here, he began racing the Bogus more than 2 years. trying to get over that. Beginning in 2009, he chalked his. He's with Bad River Kennel out of Guizhou, 10th in last year's race.
National Jelly Beat number 2, National Nice Pingayon, Malruk, una pa ni Lewis Pavel at Week Chukunyo. Kung Bogus Creek as ko sinyo, hijak sinyo, kwani ko akfaus ko ni, kwani ko Bogus Creek. Akfaus ko ta, kung pulnik, yui nakani, Ashaguni, 2009 nami, Lewis Pavel, Stamak ko Bogus Creek, anak jis ko sino, pingayon ligan Ashaguni, una pani Lewis Pavel, 10th ko sino, 2025 Bogus Creek, anak.
All right, and in bib number 3, we have Chevrolet Wasley Jr. of Akichak. He's our youngest musher. He's just 18 years old. It isn't his first bogus. He took 11th place in last year's race, and he's racing out of Wasley Kennel. His dad, Chevrolet Wasley, was one of the winning champion mushers back in his heyday, and it's fun to see the kids out.
Panik-suna-suna po takaluni pingayon Chevrolet Wasley Jr. at Kajormio Akima pingayon nagtipso po as hakong tuk una pa ni Ati Jali akfaut stos hosi niuk Jali nutan so Bogus Creek ako kanani piyok tulam tula akaw chitak sukot. Last year, 2025, ami tayo hosin yung kaking sutali kay Muktay Pilot and Wasley Kennel.
Okay, well, we have that's the youngest musher, and now in bib number 4, we have the oldest musher in the 2026 race, and that's Guizhou's Herman Phillip, running out of Phillip Kennel, out of Guizhou. Phillip took first back in 2011, and it was only back in 2022 that he almost won it all again, taking second place. So yeah, watch out for Herman on the trail. And you could hear the dogs are starting to get excited. We have about 20 minutes before this mass start. The river road is beautiful. If you're out there listening, driving around in your car, come on down.
Panikasuna-suna kung staman panika una pani Julika kan katwa eldesta pani Temukchikta 2026 race panika Guizhou Herman Phillip Temuktay Pakantay Luting Phillip Kennel 2011 nami Geomakit Shoshini Loni 2022 to anak Jech Berloni Tawam at Malruloni Shoshini Panik Morish Knachok Una Herman Phillip.
And in bib number 5, we have Lynden Wasley Jr. of Akichuk, and he's somewhat new to mushing at 27 years old, but this is his third Bogus Creek, so I wouldn't exactly say he's new to mushing if he's doing his third. He placed 14th last year. His favorite mushing experience was actually racing with his pal Nelson Lomack in last year's doubles race, where they were the only team to use 2 separate sleds.
Tahiman Lynden Wasley Jr. at Kajong Makwakantai Senior Kimukta 27 Narloni Hakuloni Panipot Pingayon Bogus Creek 150 score 14 2025 Bogus Creek kami Asin Paniasik Nelson Lomack at double race at Muknita Mana Tasinas Umiyak Laka.
Rihanna, So the next musher in bib number 7 is Michael Larson of Gweithluck. He's 24 years old, and he began to make his mark in the local races, running dogs from his good friend Ray Alexi, who is out of the Alexi Racing Kennel in Gweithluck. He's pretty hot right now, Hilda. He's coming off a first place finish, winning the Akiak Dash a couple of weeks ago. So this is going to be there's so many good mushers in this race, but he's one to watch.
Michael Larson, 24 aan kashakuloni, una pani Raymond Alexim, ikayo lashin na pani Timuktay kwakin tayo ng Alexi Racing Kennel Akiak Dasha Hamukni nakakais ko kat first huloni so tayo huloni tiyong huloni.
You know, I'm wondering if we have any rookies in this race. It seems like everybody is a seasoned musher or has been out racing, and that'll be interesting to find out from Paul Basil. They weren't able, because of the weather yesterday, to have the 5 o'clock mushers meeting. So they're showing up and getting checked out and ready to go. Bib number 8, Solomon Olick of Gweithluck, racing out of the Olick Racing Kennels. He's a familiar face in all of these races. At just 32 years old, it's his 7th Bogus Creek 150. He placed 15th in last year's race and took the Red Lantern. And again, I'll mention everybody, all 11 mushers finishing this race will be in the money. Get those girls flowers.
Pingayon ligan kwani Solomon Olick Quick to Romeo. Timuktay kwakan tayo lutang Olick Racing Kennel. Sitali timukchikto ka to siniluni yuina kula malrunak chipsuku at hakuluni malrun ligan Bogus Creek 150 shusinuk kingukfak kun Kakun kits hunger kami jali ayas to actually anak kang chikot ke imbung kata kingok fa kun kiting kata this year anak pagkwani pa.
So I was just looking at Hilda. I was just looking at the purse, and 11th place will get $4,750. You and I are going to have to start a dog team. A sidekick. Okay. Wearing bib number 9 is Bethel's own Maurice Andrews. He's 42 years old, racing out of appropriately named Glare Ice Kennels. They could have faced some icy conditions in Bogus Creek. We'll see. He's raced in numerous K300 and Sprint Club races, and he was the 2018 Bogus Creek 150 champion. Andrews took 9th place, and he's one of those things where I was telling Max Zolik, you know you're getting old when the guys you ran against, or their kids are running now, racing. So pretty cool to see Maurice taking over the kennel.
Maurice Andrew ashaku koloni yuinak malruk chipsuku pani timuktay kwakan tay good Claire Ice Kennel timuktis hochtok K300 that timuktira kata ukutsu jali Sprint Club races pani kwatu 2018 nami Bogus Creek 150 mi June koloni tikit hoshiniok una su Maurice kulungon kita 9th place Auluni 2025 Ami Jalit Kuluni.
All right. Well, we have probably about 10 more minutes, so I'm going to start talking slow. It's pretty exciting out here, folks. If you're driving around town and want to watch a mass start, leave. The road's pretty good. I didn't think it was going to be as good as it is, so you can come and watch what is, to me, the most incredible starts to ever see a mass start. Okay, bib number 10 is Jim George of Akichuk. He's another one of our serious Bogus Creek 150 veterans. He's racing out at Tagalong Kennels. This is his 9th time running the Bogus. He's never won the race, but in the early 2000s, he came very close, placing second three times.
Jim George at Jormu. Funny pa, Stijali Timuk Chichturatu. Nauluni, Gutrukim Tai, as I shoot fucking Tagalong Kennels. Funny pa, Kulungun Rita and a cook, Bogus Creek, as Hooktuk, Una Jim George. Anakis Funriling a Kamita Wampok 2000 Nami. Dice Hoot, Kit Hotino, King of Siluni, Jioksik. Pinrit kaluko tawam dahkay kuji tay luji ang lanak chiko ayaga skaka panita at kakuan lina inunan tunis.
All right, Hilda. Well, finally, bib number 11, Pete Kaiser, almost requires no explanation. He's coming off his historic 10th K300 victory, making him the winningest musher in the race's history. How do you say that in Yupi?
Race's history?
Winning. That's almost easier. Anyway, he's as for the Bogus, the 38-year-old has won it twice. He's placed in the top 3 in every Bogus he's run, and now it's his 8th time running the race. And there's another case. Dad, Ron Kaiser, ran all these early races. I raced with him, against him, but mostly he beat me. And they're running out of the Kaiser Racing Kennels right here in Bethel.
Sifatoy Kimi Dorton Bishopuni Bogus Creek Ami Una Kwani 38 Danik Ashago Malak Hogan Anak Hook Doisik Uguni Jali Pingayuluni Kutki Kwatuk Bogus Creek Kami na lutan su pingayon ligan pani pa ay akatakluni pani kun na magaya kun Bogus Creek.
Charles Jr. of Akichuk. Charles Jr. jumped out onto this race at the last minute. He competed in numerous local races and placed 5th in the last year's Bogus Creek 150.
Unasut nasuna kun kolamalhok 31 na nagashagulak Robert Charles Jr. at Jormu. Una Robert Charles Jr. nutan pikata kinani pila kaya galoni pani pa Bogus Creek 150 pani pa si timukchik nga po sinyo kasani timukchik kata dasiman ksu dasimawloni su tayo ko Geeks hook covered Bogus Creek 152,025.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's the mushers, and it's hard to pick, like what's going to happen out there. Who's going to be the champion of the 2026 Bogus Creek 150? A couple of things I wanted to know is that young Charlie Chingniak out of Akichuk, the most stylish musher I've ever met, decided to withdraw. He's a senior in high school on the basketball team, and I know they had games this weekend, and I just saw today that they're going to step back from dog mushing for a while. He has school to think about and what he's going to do next. The other person was Isaac Underwood. Isaac Underwood from Crooked Creek, Antioch, withdrew due to the bad weather. and trying to get down here. I know people were wondering about. They were wondering about how the road was after yesterday's downpour, and mostly people were told to stay off. And then, thanks to the Napaimute ice road crew, this is an amazing road, and it's good from here to Calstag, is what they said earlier today. A little bit more about the the Bogus Creek. It's really a standard one. You run up to the checkpoint of Bogus Creek, where all the mushers are required to rest, and for 4 hours, and then you race right back.
This weekend here pamani ko ang kalgani mam place ni ang lang kasokwi nga so asi ka si taymukchik to ka kan K300 kuya para naksunit kuya naktarlo ni si Charlie packages minik Tony taymukchik miniupok si Charlie Pete Kaiser and Mike Williams Jr. So unuksanghan paksuko packages kanita matam kuya pasko nga tangsuki ilak shooting to isang tayo punita na planta ilak ito ka hangkot nito kalita tama na kung asik pasko ka una siya Charlie Isaac Underwood si Charlie Kimukchik nga itini ko na saksik ko mas hukot asko nakso pishto ngakso ni sasik lunita tunji ko nakasam una kwa ni K3 naksan Bogus 150 2026 Bogus 150 pawawat ayak jiko tos staman sasanaga tulutang Wita kakalutang at tama ba ito tsungot mam tris mon to si ang lanak check na passing sa can just ayas that.
So the Bogus Creek 150 started, I think it was 1990. I know I ran the K300 in 84, and I said that's enough for me. 89. Oh my gosh, yes. That was quite the year. John Riley came down, and there were only 3 mushers in that race that year. It was so cold. And I talked my brother Eric into running the K300, and only 11 finished, and he finished number 10. But the Bogus Creek, it was so cold, only 3 people signed up. And John Riley, I wish I could remember the other 2, because it was crazy and very impressive. And then it was the next year that I ran and finished second. I'll tell you why I love the Bogus Creek one. You can't get help in the K300. You have to do everything yourself. But in the Bogus Creek, you up there, it's beautiful and quiet, and there's a big bonfire, and we had a tent, and my husband or my son, or Dan the man, they did all the work, and I could go sleep and relax, and that's a wonderful thing. Although you're so excited you can't sleep. A little bit more about what they need to be carrying. They have to have a sleeping bag and an axe and 4 booties for every dog. And with these conditions, I think they're going to go through the booties. It's a little, with last night's rain, the trail's a little icy and maybe a little abrasive on the feet. So looking at all of these teams, most of them have booties on if you look out. And we only have just a few minutes before the start, and we're going to go ahead and keep it here. But I'm going to give it back to you.
Kuya anak pa ayah kamang qimurtiqst inarfiumak piqtuutamak qimurtslutjarlisuukiirkaatnek guumaaqarkaugut pawaavatluut kiskuunang ikaayunqarluten K300 taami ikaayunqartiigatlartut uqanittugan Bogus 150 mi ikaayunik piuqungaut ikaayuqulluten piuqungaut pawani lunanik paartuq uitauwaat toonilluukoqtali ikaayoqst plaat kiiluten pilartut uumaklu Awumkopan pan update pan fire luteng piungaluteng toy ilini tingamang toten stamen sasat klukan akamavat mamtril mun akamut chungaluten tut ayagach naratut master update master kanarahtut.
Okay, it's about 2 minutes, I think, before the mass start, before we get going here. The other thing that I really like about the Bogus, I used to like it at the same time, but I think it's a little hectic when the Ak-Yak Dash of the K300 and the Bogus Creek 150 are all on the same weekend. At this race, at this time in February, you get dash mushers and Iditarod mushers, and it makes the competition very, very interesting. And all these teams, looks like the flag is up out there waiting for the flag to drop here. But each team will leave with 10 dogs, and we'll see what Sunday brings and who will be the champion of the Bogus Creek 150 2026. And you can hear, I don't know if you can hear the dogs, but they're raring to go. The flag is down and the dash of the Bogus Creek 150 is off, and there's a team deciding to go another way.
Flega guna atkan ayagak tutkan tama kamang kimukchilri kuya nakpa.
All right, it's pretty exciting to watch a mass start, and hopefully all of you folks on Facebook live stream and KYUK enjoyed watching and hearing about all the drivers and teams. We thank you for tuning in to the KYUK 2026 Bogus Creek. And remember to follow the live stream. It's linked. And tune in to KYUK for hourly updates that will happen 6 minutes after the hour. Each musher is also equipped with a GPS tracker, so you can online at K300.
What a beautiful start to the 2026 Bogus Creek 150. We'd like to send a special thank you to our sponsors, Alaska Marine Lines and the Lynden family of companies. Koyana.